Hello, everyone. This game is going to be called, or this video maybe, is going to be called How to Lose a Game in One Move. This is a 3-minute blitz game. You can see the ratings on the screen. I'm playing someone who's 2050. I'm currently at 2008, so we're both decent players. Evaluation bar, you can see it sort of right here to the, I don't know, is that to the right of me? I can never figure out directions. The evaluation bar is showing you, what the computer thinks, and it never moves more than 0.3, maybe 0.5. So it's an even game the entire time. There's nothing interesting happening. This game is headed for a draw until I choose to forget about a very basic principle in chess, and that principle is called opposition. And if you've never heard of opposition before, excuse me, it's the idea that two kings can, since they can never be beside each other, they can keep the other king out of key squares. So we've reached the key position in this game, and in this position, I have, assuming I'm going to move my king, because if I move the pawn, then it's just totally lost, right? Because he's gonna take, and then he's gonna push this pawn, and I'm not gonna be able to get in there. So in this position, assuming that I'm making a king move, where do I move my king? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 options. Okay, so a 80% chance to get it right, 20% chance to get it wrong for all you mathematicians out there. So I choose the wonderful, the stupendous. If you haven't figured out yet what the losing move is, go ahead and pause the video and figure out what the losing move. So the only move that loses in this position is the wonderful king to f2. Oh, brother. King to f2. Okay. So, worth understanding is why that move loses, right? So, in this case, because of opposition, I am going to get taken out. So, we'll show what happened in the game, and I'll show a couple variations. So, in the game, check, I move under, he takes, or I take, he takes, and now he's just going to keep my king from being able to get back involved in the game. My king is going to get stuck. I can't move up because of opposition, because his king consistently keeps me out of the squares that I want to go to. So then he takes, and then now he's going to push his pawn, and I think I play on, but this game's over. So let's go back a couple moves and see if we can figure out if there's nothing else to be done, but figure out why opposition is why I lose this game. So, like I said, once he pushes, I go underneath, but the same thing happens, right? If I had tried to take, he steps over. It looks like I have these two pawns, but I can't defend this pawn, right? Because my king, I have to move. You can sort of understand that all these pawns are locked up, because if you try to move these pawns, then nothing good happens. You could try to do this. Now those pawns are, now black's going to come down, but even without that, you have to move the king in this position. You can't move any pawns. You could just sort of picture that these pawns aren't even on the board. So once I give way, then he comes in, and then I can try to stay here, but now he moves his pawn. And so this is where opposition is important, is I want to be able to put my king on either the f2 or the h2 squares, but I can't get there because his king is controlling them. So what do I have to do? I can move into the corner, and then now he just steps over here, and now I'm just going to have to wait until, well, that would actually be a stalemate. No, that's not true. Now I can't move my king because he's keeping me out. So I'd have to move a pawn, and then he's just going to run his pawns down the board. Or if I tried to go the other way, instead of moving into the corner, if I go to f2, same idea. Or no, sorry. In this position, obviously I could have gotten a drawback out of that, is he goes king to h2. And again, he's keeping me, so I can go here, but now he's keeping me from the g1 or the g3 squares, which is what I'd like to be so that I can get out of here. So then I move back. Now he pushes his pawn again, and now I'm totally locked out from being able to defend this pawn. So I have to move away my king. He takes pawn, and that's that. So a lack of understanding or lack of remembering, because I understand it, a lack of thinking about opposition loses me this game. And so the funny part is, like I said, I had 5 moves. So any other move in this position, you can see the evaluation bar stays perfectly flat because any other move here is totally fine. And the reason that the F2 move is so bad is because of the check, and then you have to do something about it. So, because if I had gone back here, let's say I'd gone to king to F1 instead, he can't get his king in here. He also can't move his pawns. So, I can move, we could dance around, and eventually he pushes that pawn. I push past, and now there's nothing to do. Take, takes, and dead draw because neither king is able to get into the position, and my king will never be able to get into the position either without losing pawns and threatening to lose the game. So, easy draw, 1 move to lose. Maybe you saw it. Maybe you won't make that same mistake in one of your games. King opposition is an important in-game concept, especially learn it, remember it, and use it in your games. Okay, thanks for watching.